Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the FX Market Insight for Friday, the 22nd of May. All right, now as we come out of the North American session, very little to go on as far as financial market moves. Equity markets pretty much, well, a little bit down, but that's close enough to flat for my liking. The dollar index just cruising sideways, and there's a bit of discombobulation across the major pairs as, you know, as traders sort of trying to be patient and wait for the opportunities to build. Now, once again on the charts, it's a bit of Groundhog Day. Looking at the major pairs, we've got pretty much the same as normal or same as yesterday, just trading sideways. The currencies or traders are definitely waiting, patiently waiting for the next big driver, right? And what's that going to be? Well, I don't know whether it's going to be Trump on the coronavirus, whether it's going to be Trump on China, whether it's going to be the coronavirus itself, or et cetera, et cetera. So we're sort of caught in this conundrum of a geopolitical sort of washout where everything that we're normally waiting for, which is the fundamental drivers, right, the macroeconomic fundamentals, these are sort of sidelined, and various things are getting a bit of a push. There's a big, massive thing here with blow up potentially with China. They want to take over Hong Kong, make it under Chinese law. At the moment, there's two systems. They're going to make it one system. That could change a huge amount of things in China, and a massive, massive trouble. And Donald is weighing into it, of course. He is going to back Hong Kong as much as he can. I don't think that's going to matter too much to the Chinese. And the rest of the stuff, well, we're sort of waiting for a bit of data about the rollback of the lockdowns. That could be a week or so, or 2 weeks before we get any data there. And, you know, they're talking about Bank of Japan launching its version of Fed's Main Street lending scheme. You know what? Like, they must be struggling for news, because Japan is a lost topic as far as economic conditions go, right? It's just been flat, neutral, negative for 30 years. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to be pushing that unless they're out of news. All right, guys, that's it from me. I mean, there's not much more to tell you except just hang on. Just wait for the opportunities. I mean, if you're looking at the charts, once again, I'll just quickly come back to that. If you're looking at your charts, you're waiting for opportunities around support and resistance. If anything, you can start modifying some of these trend lines, but the smart thing to do is don't sort of make trend lines that don't really exist. I mean, just modifying them to the highs. You want to see what's happening around the trend lines. I was just going to say, like, I've moved the whole trend line there, but moving sterling, if I just fix this one up, just over to the current highs, you're just tracking the recent high, and it can actually sort of tell you, oh yeah, we've got resistance here. Yeah, that may be short term, but really where the action was, you want to see the price mayhem around that trend line. You can see how uncertain that trade zone is. To me, the real trend line is up here. Sure, you could actually be modifying this one and take it across to that recent high. But then, as I said, you've only got two touches there. It's not going to be a huge level. The highs were above that previous resistance, so it may not come into play. Using sterling as an example there. So just bear in mind, just wait. You know, if the opportunity isn't this week, it'll be the start of next week. So there's plenty of opportunities. Remain calm. Manage your capital. If you are trading in these sort of conditions, I would sort of encourage you to probably decrease your trade size. The idea is just to tap cash into your account. You're not going to make a huge fortune overnight on these without massive risk. Massive risk comes potential account shutdowns, and you don't want to go into that territory. All right, guys, have a good day and have a good weekend. Cheerio.